And we begin tonight with a look at the state of America right now as we head into the second week of a government shutdown that has put federal workers and military families in a financial bind. Take a look at this image shared by Spencer Hakamian on X. It shows a food bank in Texas lined with military members. Now, President Trump announced on Truth Social this afternoon that he is directing Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to use available funds to get those troops and others paid on October 15th. But here's the thing. At the same time, Trump is making good on his threat to gut several government agencies as retribution for Democrats not agreeing to his terms to fund the government. I want you to listen to what he said on Friday about these potential agency layoffs.
How many layoffs have you authorized for this first round, and from which agencies?
And it will be Democrat-oriented because we figure, they started this thing, so they should be Democrat-oriented. It'll be a lot, and we'll announce the numbers over the next couple of days, but it'll be a lot of people. Well, these are largely people that the Democrats want. Many of them will be fired.
And it was certainly a lot. NBC News is now reporting that the White House laid off more than 4,000 federal workers, according to a court filing. The affected agencies include the Departments of Homeland Security, Education, Energy, Health and Human Services, and others. But even amid these layoffs, Republicans have shown no signs or willingness to come to the table. The Speaker Mike Johnson has canceled votes for yet another week, while senators have left town without a shutdown deal. House Minority Leader, Hakeem Jeffries, announced just a few hours ago that the House Democrats will convene at the Capitol for an in-person meeting to discuss the path forward with this shutdown. And here's what the Senate Minority Leader, Chuck Schumer, just said on this network in the past hour.
Johnson has sent his people home. They haven't been in session for 3 months. 3 weeks, rather. He seems to care more about protecting the Epstein files than protecting America's health care.
Joining us now is Congressman Robert Garcia of California and ranking member on the House Oversight Committee. Congressman, it's great to have you back on the show. Thank you for making time for us. Let's start with this scheduled meeting that is supposed to take place among the House Democrats on Tuesday. What do you expect to come from it, and how do you see a way out if the Republicans, as we just heard there from both Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer, refuse to even talk or entertain any good faith negotiations with Democrats on ending this government shutdown?
What you're going to see at that caucus meeting and throughout the week, we're all going to be in D.C. next week while Republicans are still on vacation. You're going to see a united Democratic caucus and party. We are completely solid on ensuring that we protect healthcare in this country, that we protect the Affordable Care Act in this country. And what Republicans and Donald Trump don't understand is that we are actually committed to working class families at this moment. We are committed to the American people. And we understand that over the course of the next few weeks and months, people are going to start receiving these notices that their premiums, that their insurance is going to skyrocket. In some cases, more than double what they're currently paying for health care. That is not acceptable, especially when it comes essentially because instead Trump wants to give tax breaks to billionaires in this country. So we are committed to the American public. We understand shutdowns are hard, but this is on the Republicans and on Donald Trump. They need to negotiate, extend the subsidies for health care, and end the shutdown immediately.
Congressman Garcia, I want to play some sound of Speaker Mike Johnson, a conversation he had on C-SPAN with a military wife who identifies as a Republican. Let's play that and get your response to it.
I'm begging you to pass this legislation. My kids could die. You could stop this, and you could be the one that could say military is getting paid. And I think that it is awful, and the audacity of someone who makes 6 figures a year to do this to military families is insane.
All right, Samantha.
Samantha, I'm so sorry to hear about your situation. The reason I've been so angry this week, and they've been calling me out on media, Johnson's angry. I am angry because of situations just like yours. Every single Republican but 2 voted to keep the government open so that your paycheck can flow. Every Democrat in the House, except for 1, voted to close it. The Democrats are the ones that are preventing you from getting a check.
Congressman, what's your response to Speaker Johnson?
Look, Speaker Johnson has learned to lie as good as Donald Trump. I mean, they are both now complete liars. They lie about everything. Everything he said there is fabrication. What they need to understand is when I'm out, I was in D.C. last week. The last 2 days here, I've been home in California just talking to folks, all folks, including Republicans, independents. And what they're saying are two things. One is they want Republicans to negotiate and they don't want their health care costs to go up. We're starting to hear that on the street from everyone. And the second thing that they're all very clear about is that this Epstein files that Donald Trump and Mike Johnson are now involved in with a massive cover-up are clearly on the minds of Republicans. And voters on the ground are also asking the question, why won't they seat Adelicia Grijalva? Why are they so scared of what's in the Epstein files? It's almost as if they've shut down the government and are willing to keep it shut down because they actually don't want the Epstein files to be released to the public. And so this is about healthcare. This is about the betrayal of Donald Trump on the Epstein files, especially to his base.
Can I just do one quick follow-up, though? You say the ACA subsidies are at the forefront, and that's how Democrats have been messaging. But that's about 20 million Americans who will be affected if those subsidies end. Is it fair to the rest of America to hold up government and all the essential functions that are provided to hold up military paychecks, for example, for 20 million Americans?
What's important is that the healthcare system right now will fail. And you'll start to see not just the impact to those Americans, but to others, other insurance providers and systems will have to make different decisions based on the level of care for those 20 million Americans. This, of course, comes after already the attacks that we've had on Medicaid in this country because of Donald Trump and Republicans. What we're saying is that we know we cannot trust Donald Trump to make decisions that actually help the American public. He's clearly making decisions around the budget on his own. He's firing federal workers illegally on his own, and he's going to destroy healthcare that's been debated and earned in this country now over, you think about these last 10 years. And so it is time for Democrats to lean in, stand strong, and protect healthcare for the average American, and at the same time demand that Mike Johnson and Donald Trump actually negotiate and open the government up. They could open the government up right now and protect health care for the entire country, but they'd rather give tax breaks to the billionaire buddies.
Congressman, there is a new video that's already airing in airports across the country, filmed by Secretary Kristi Noem, and she talks about Democrats in the shutdown. Take a look.
It is TSA's top priority to make sure that you have the most pleasant and efficient airport experience as possible while we keep you safe. However, Democrats in Congress refuse to fund the federal government, and because of this, many of our operations are impacted, and most of our TSA employees are working without pay.
Congressman, is this a Hatch Act violation?
100%, and we're going to be looking into this immediately. Look, they continue to violate the Hatch Act over and over again. We saw not just with this video now at airports, which, by the way, you're having airports across the country refuse to actually play that video, just so that you're aware. That is a violation. You're having employees, literally their emails are being commandeered by people in management, by others in the administration, and sending out emails on their behalf. You're seeing websites being taken over with messages that are clearly political in nature. Every single one of these is an illegal, corrupt action by the Trump administration. And the Oversight Committee, Oversight Democrats are absolutely investigating every single one of these cases. You know, we just relaunched this last week, a whistleblower tip line for federal employees, for the public, that is on the Oversight website. If they know of an instance of corruption, or they're being coerced to do something that is unethical, or they're being illegally fired from their job, we want to know about it. We're collecting the information, and we're putting together the case so we can protect the American public, but most importantly, also hold those that are doing this harm accountable.